corner, and the pitcher hits the inside, hits the glove, or just misses, but misses more inside than he misses off the plate to the side he was trying to pitch to, than miss back over the plate. That's a good thing. And then when the catcher calls for a fastball on the outside corner and the pitcher hits the outside corner or just off the outside corner, not back over the plate, that's a good thing. And he did that pitch after pitch after pitch. He threw very few pitches in the middle of the plate, unless he was set up to throw in the middle of the plate. When he got behind 2-0, for example, he threw the ball from the middle of the plate, but used the sinking fastball, and guys hit over looking for fastballs, didn't get the one they were thinking they would get. They got a little bit of late sink, and it got to the bottom of the bats, and they fouled him off for hitting ground balls. And he pitched off the fastball, just as you say. That's so important, just to establish the fact that you're going to have a hard time hitting my fastball. And then the curveball was a surprise wipeout for strikeouts. We showed on the air last night a number of his strikeouts as an example of how well he pitched. All of them were breaking balls. It was curveball after curveball. And he thought it gave you the impression that he threw a lot of those. He really didn't. He for the most part, he saved the curveball to finish somebody off, which is the absolute perfect way to pitch. And he was spot on with his fastball on either side of the plate. It was really it never got the feeling that he was ever going to be in trouble with that Toronto lineup the way he was throwing. He was in trouble one time because he beat a guy with a fastball, broke his bat. The guy dumped a double down the left field line, and another guy got a base hit, the first and third. And to your point about when he first came up, that would be the time that the wheels would come off. He'd try to overthrow, he'd try to make perfect pitches. We'd get a walk and a double and a home run or something. And last night, they still felt like he was going to be in control, and he was. He came back with strikeout and ground ball, got out of the inning, and that was the last threat. Even though the threat was a weak one, nobody really seemed to have any real good at-bats against it.
If you'd like to advertise with this program or host our live shows, you can reach me at jsouhan47@gmail.com, jsuhan47@gmail.com. I do want to welcome WhizKid.tech. That's the WhizKids business in downtown Minneapolis, not far from where I am right now. And we had a couple of them come out to the Russo show the other night. Michael Fannert, I believe Adrian was there as well, and they brought a few people out to check out the show. We appreciate them advertising with us. And listen, they deal with a lot of computer stuff, Roy. Technology stuff. I don't really understand it all. I know how to turn my computer on. But I think if I have any other problems, they can help me. They can definitely help your business. They're WhizKids, a locally owned, managed IT, hosted VoIP and cloud services provider based in the downtown market. Check out WhizKid.tech, WhizKid.tech. Michael Fannert is the CEO and owner, and we've had a great time getting to know him and getting to know his company.
Hello, Minnesota sports fans. This is Michael Fannert, founder and CEO of WhizKids. WhizKids is a Minneapolis-based managed IT, hosted VoIP, and cloud services provider. Businesses today require fast response times, skilled support staff, clear communication, and technology recommendations that align with their business goals. At WhizKids, we do this each and every day with our clients. When you call into our help desk for support or work with one of our higher-level engineers on a complex issue, you'll find our staff personable and ready to roll up their sleeves to help you solve your technology problems. Reach out to WhizKids today to find out how we can help your business meet your technology goals. Visit us online at WhizKids.tech. That's WhizKids.tech. WhizKids, make it happen.
So what does the Zach Britton trade do for you? And are you excited about the fact that there are these handful of super teams in the American League, or do you feel like that's created some weird imbalance in the league?
I think it's weird imbalance a little bit. I always thought that it was important for the Yankees and the Dodgers, for example, to be good teams. I don't think baseball went through a strange time way back when in the late 60s and early 70s when the Yankees were really bad, and having the Dodgers in the National League not be a team to beat I don't think is good. I like when the big market teams like those two and the Red Sox and the Cardinals, even though the Cardinals aren't a big market team per se, they have a big following. They are kind of middle America Major League Baseball. I think those teams, those storied legacy teams, it's important for the game to not suck, right? So, but it's gotten pretty tough now, where the Yankees and the Red Sox are. It just feels like everybody else in that division, for example, it's going to be a long time because they've done a nice job of developing and trading for a roster, putting together a roster through development and then good trades that are talented, youngish players, and it's going to be hard to overtake those two teams, for example, in the American League East, because they're so much better. I mean, it's not even close, and so that kind of scenario I don't think is good for baseball, but it's not the Yankees and the Red Sox fault. I don't think it's necessarily a money issue. Both of those teams have done a very good job of managing the talent in their organization and making good decisions. And that, obviously the money helps. They're able to pay, current stars rather than waiting for, young kids to grow into salaries that can no longer be affordable. But despite that, they've done a good job. They've been a good example of what organizations need to do.
You brought out quite a sleeper last week when I asked about music. You got anything you want to add to the file this week? You listen to anything interesting?
That was a sleeper, though it is a good one to add, I think, to a collection. But you know what I listened to just the other day while I was working out, and this is another one I listen to a lot. People know that I'm a big Carlos Santana fan, and have really enjoyed his whole career. The Abraxas Pool group that I mentioned, grew out of the Santana band. But I was listening to a live version of a song called Europa. A lot of folks have done this song. A lot of jazz people have done this song called Europa. Santana, in the live version off that's a double album called Moonflower, and the song called Europa just features, I think, some of his best guitar work ever. It's a wonderful melodic song. He does a great job. So I've checked that one out. It's called Europa. There's several versions out there. He's done a studio version as well, but the live version is in my opinion the best one. So Europa on the Moonflower album.
It's funny you mentioned that one. I used to play that all the time. You
can't play that song.
Well, I can play it. I can't play it like Santana. I mean, I can throw a fastball. I can't throw a fastball 95 miles an hour. There's a difference. I can play the notes. I just can't make it. I just can't play it the way Santana plays it. But it's actually, that's one of the things about popular guitar. Unless you're looking at some of the wild stuff that like Hendrix or Stevie Ray Vaughan plays, like a lot of stuff Jimmy Page plays, a lot of stuff Santana plays, you can play those notes. They're not impossible songs to play. It's just you can't make them sound like the greats make them sound. That's all.
It's amazing, isn't it? What but that's the same in any walk of life, right? I mean, I can hit some fantastic golf shots. I mean, I have really impressed myself in with some of the most, and I'll put them up there with any shot any pro has ever hit. I don't hit them time after time after time like those guys do. Watching the British Open was spectacular, and it's the same way with anything, isn't it? I mean, the people that are the best at what they do, you look at that and you say, I could do that. No, I can't.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, I can play all kinds of popular music. I sit around and play riffs and my favorite songs all the time. But not only is there the gap between, doing it the way they do it and then doing it the way I do it, but there's also the fact that they wrote it. They came up with it. I mean, a lot of Clapton stuff is fairly simple, but he wrote it and he makes it sound great. Layla is not nearly as difficult as it sounds, but he wrote it and then he played it in a way that grabs you. That's the difference,
Yeah. And especially he had the great vision to ask Greg Allman to play with him, and Greg Allman came up with that famous opening riff. So that was so he was also pretty smart.
Yes, and I will make a small correction. Dwayne Allman.
I'm sorry, did I say Greg?
You said Greg, yeah. And I know you know the difference. I just thought I'd get it on the record. It's all right.
Yep. No, we got to get it right. I would tell you that the thing that I love about great guitarists on the point that you're making is just their phrasing, and you can play the notes, but the way they put those notes together and draw some out and not others. And I mean, it started for me with the blues guys. But B.B. King's one of the greatest at that. The phrasing, it was. People talk about Frank Sinatra singing, being all about the phrasing. Man, you listen to B.B. King and these guitarists and Santana's Moonflower is like that. I'm sure you'll agree. It's just the phrasing that occurs to him to play is mind-boggling.
I think I saw B.B. King live like a dozen times. Especially when I was younger, I just go see him every time he came through town, and I always felt for the people who didn't get it, because he wasn't a shredder; he was a blues master, and there's a big difference.
Yep.
Great stuff from Roy. Enjoy Toronto for a few more hours at least, and we'll see you when you get back. Thanks again to Berry Coffee, berrycoffee.com, and WhizKid.tech. Check them both out if you have any need for their services. We appreciate their support. Thanks for listening to talknorth.com. Thanks to Roy. We'll talk to you next week.